Hello, my name is Connor Lewis. Today is November 3rd, 2017, and today's password is orange. Without further ado, let's begin. Tenacity. The ability to, when all hope and support is seemingly lost, plow through life's difficulties anyway. The ability to look at what lies ahead, no matter how intimidating, and not give a single ounce of care in the world. We often find people who can do just this to be admirable, deserving of our utmost praise and recognition. We revere them for being so patient, skilled, and tough. Sometimes we even read about them in our history books and create artistic memoirs of such people, as if to worship them. But what if I told you that I see these very same traits not in a person, but in an automobile? My name is Connor Lewis, and sometimes I see more human-like characteristics in inanimate objects than I do people. Until a couple of years ago, I used to own a charming 1999 Ford Taurus, which I drove for about 5 years. It was my first car that I was given in high school by my parents, and it was bought for a whopping $2,000 in 2004, which was half of its Kelley Blue Book value. We were sold this car by a very generous, or so we thought, family friend, and little did we know that that $2,000 discount would come in handy many years later. Due to our other car being more favorable, the Taurus sat in our garage for about 2 years, until one day when my father tried and ultimately failed to start the car, and thus the repairs began, hence the name of this speech, Fix or Repair Daily. However, even after all these repairs, it would still break down. It would still have difficulties, still have to duct tape, baling wire, and superglue the car together, and even though it did break down so often, we still would kind of mend it together just enough to get it another week. Throughout all these repairs, I learned a lot of tenacity and patience in myself. Despite all the money that went into keeping that car alive, it was still cheaper than selling it and buying a new one. Besides, I learned the value of saving, patience, and a lot about cars. I learned about parts of cars that I didn't even know existed. Regardless of all its flaws, I still love and miss that car, as it is my first. It had a certain inspirational charm that showed me that even if I, similar to my car, one day needed repairs because I randomly started leaking all over my garage floor, with just a little help, I could still soldier on into the sunset to face another day. In other words, behind every tenacious, determined person lives someone who, like a mechanic, fixed them when they needed it most, which led them to where they are today. Whether it was being trapped on the side of the highway in the blistering summer heat in Arizona, nearly freezing my fingers off on the short drive to my high school in December mornings, or while cursing and sweating out my frustrations as I replaced the alternator for a third time, whatever the situation be, I still look back at my memories of this car with a smile, because, like many firsts in our lives, it will always have a place in my heart. Thank you.